Welcome back everyone to Let's Play The Last Federation with me, BrainBoy 20. Where we last left off, we were getting these two races to stop hating each other and to start liking each other while fixing up their planets, because I like these two races and I want them to live. So currently I'm trying to get them to colonize their moons, and then open up a little bit of a trade relation between the Skylaxians and the Boreans, so I can have these people start liking each other without me having to actively get them to like each other in the first place, while I let these other races just kind of tick down their clocks. Now, unfortunately, the Evox are going to get into space, and they will slightly dislike me by being in negatives, but that won't leave them unopen to diplomacy. Burlosts are going to go into space. I don't know why they like me for whatever reason, but they do. Thoraxians are Thoraxians. These two I'm hoping I can get for free, but we never know. And I am going to check out this just to make sure. I had to hire a diplomat. Let's get a diplomat before I forget. And we also learned that we actually destroyed all pirate bases, as sad as it is. I can do things like aiding the local economy and stuff like that, aid local law enforcement, but Skylaxians will not be happy with this. And is everything trending down? I mean, sure, they have a lot of negatives to it, but do they really care? I mean, their economy is trending up. Everything for them is trending up. It's the Acutians that are trending down, so I'm actually going to do a few friendly actions for them. So let's give a free return of prisoners. How many do I have? 3. Okay, they moderately disapprove of me less. Sneezing is fun. Now, can I do things that would make them not hate me? Yes, actually, I can do a lot of things to make them not hate me. Let's see here. How awful are their things? They're really awful. They're really bad off. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to help them, because I don't want them to die. Let's improve the local infrastructure of these people. Let's see here. Yes, we're going to try to improve their economy a little bit. And while ultimately it's not going to be very useful or helpful, they'll at least like me a little bit more for these actions. Oh, it's literally doing nothing. Okay, things have changed. So they have no trend? Do they really have no... Wait, how do they have no trend? What? I will try something else. Oh, I literally cannot help. Oh, I gain money from this. But it doesn't actually boost what I'm looking to boost. Okay, that's nice to know. I guess I will try to fix their public order, or local environment, so they don't have such as massive negatives. I'm just gonna let time tick down for now, because I can't really take any of these actions just yet. And as of right now, I don't want them to be in such a massive negative, like, modifier. Admittedly, all the troops are scary, but the rest of these people are not. And I'm going to cancel this dispatch. Because while they like me slightly more, and the Burlests and Thoraxians slightly hate me, I'm going to boost the other medical problems. Excuse me. Not Acutian deals. Economy? No. Let's boost their local law enforcement. Medical assistance, sorry. Because once again, I don't want our friendly little Acutians to die just yet. Especially considering, look at their population and how it's just non-existent. Like, their economy could be as terrible as it needs to be, but I'm not going to let them die off now. And they hate me slightly less, so... let me go to one of these two races that don't hate me as much. Could I try to get you two to get a trade agreement with another race? Let's see. No, actually, I can't. I have to speak with the Borean Regent, and I need more influence. Okay, in which case I will help them with their very, very low population, admittedly, and give them some medical assistance.
The Evox are now spacefaring. Extreme caution is advised. They are not aggressive, but are incredibly dangerous when cornered. These are the same beings who wiped out most of your population with mysterious technology. The Burlust warlords are now spacefaring. Extreme caution is advised. They seem likely to take their constant internal wars to the solar stage.
Okay, so with the advent of two of those, you see something else has occurred. Andor military has a secret proposal to gain spacefaring flight. Greetings! I am U-47V of the official aerospace arm of our government. As I am sure you know, we are still struggling with the final bits of mastering manned spaceflight. There's currently some sort of military operation going on in our upper atmosphere involving races that are already spacefaring. They seem to have found some sort of abandoned technology of yours, as best as we can tell from the radio chatter. If you swoop in and manage to crash at least one of their flagships into our planet, we can use their technology to get ourselves into space. Nobody will realize that you made this deal with us. They will simply think you are trying to reclaim your lost tech. And who knows, maybe you can. And the Andors will think of me a god from doing this, and gain a lot of credit. A lot more than actually helping them get spaceflight normally. Although they gain a small negative if I ignore them. And I'm helping these people get their credit and getting some influence with them, but I actually want to help the Andors now. So, these are the Andor's main defenses, scattered shots and a lot of ships, but they don't actually have any flagships as of right now, they just have a bunch of turrets. And my objective is to kill off all these Burlusts. Well, I don't have to kill all of them, but I want the tech. And I'll just be honest here, without the tech, I'd feel very disappointed in myself. So I'm going to boost my speed, and then get you targeted specifically with the energy blaster. And then go down a little bit speed-wise, but boost damage to max, and full out. And these are the Burlusts. The Burlusts are kind of like the people who enable me to do literally everything I'm trying to do. No shield, no engines, max shields, swap over here, and let us use the gravity lance like a smart person, and gut you. And wow, the Burlusts hurt. I'm gonna look at their techs in a moment, because oh my gosh, my shield just kind of dropped. Regardless, we are going to go for the next flagship, which should be this Aegis over here. And mercifully, the Andors also have very powerful turrets that should be dealing with most of the stuff I'm encountering here. And I'm going to go full speed and on an intercept course with you. Not full speed, I'm going to boost my shields up a little bit more. And Scattershot will be energy minigun versus you. Never mind, that works. What's my shield recharge rate, by the way? It doesn't say. I clearly have one, but it just does not say for whatever reason. Drop engines, boost 1 and 1, and 1 more in weapons, and we'll continue chasing you down. Are you dead yet? Doesn't matter, we're gonna do Operation Wolf. And my ship should start dealing with everything that goes on here. Now more space junk is here, and my wolf predators should be running around and deal with most of these interceptors, but the freaking Burlusts hurt like mother frickers. Anyway, where's the final flagship? Or are these Aegis not actually... Yeah, the Aegis are lies. I'm missing out. Where are the actual ones? Are they both down here? They are. Okay. No weapons. We're gonna go max speed. And these guys can now just auto-fire. I don't care. Hit whatever you need. Unless the Seeker is actually the flagship. I can't remember. Is there anything down here? Well, there's some of the small ships that they have. Claymore, those... Yeah, Claymores are not what I'm looking for. The Wolves should start dealing damage soon. I'm actually going to drop Operation Leech. And let's go start dealing with the Velociraptor. Velociter. Alright. We're going to drop our speed down, boost our weapon damage to max, and turn sharply in his general direction and hit him with the minigun. And we will save them after making a sharp turn in this general direction, and we can auto-fire again. Admittedly, I don't feel like having relations with the Burlusts is a good idea, but we should be able to handle them. Anyway, drop shields, go back to full speed, head in their general direction, pull out the energy blaster, which is about the same range, and full target him. Alright, and you're back to the main hull, meaning I'm just going to skirt along your edge, pull out maximal shield, or maximal shields for this, while keeping my energy damage online, stick it close, and kill them. And I'll just leave my little drones to go die in a fire.
The Andors are now spacefaring. Their benevolent nature may make them a source of help.
I used both operations, turns taken 17. I gained a fair amount of credit from destroying their ships. I only took 9 seconds of solar months, which is about standard for these types of missions. And I've got the Andor spacefaring, which is another objective, in addition to having them have their influence with me very, very high, so I can convince them to do a lot of things. I also gained the spread shot weapon. So let's see, they don't even have that massive negatives. I mean, admittedly, versus the Burlusts, who apparently have the ships of gods. They're incredibly painful. Which, speaking of which, racial power grid. How many techs does everyone have? I have 9, which is the most. Skylaxians have 8, which is the second best. Andors have 7. Burlusts have 2. They're just ridiculously powerful, which leads me to think that they have something that I don't like them having. And the Acutians have a ridiculously high science rating as well. Alright, so now we have only the Peltians that we're waiting on to go to space. I don't care about the Thraxians, they don't factor into things, but let's go visit the Andor Parliament. The Andors are about the best enemy to have, all in all. They aren't above violence, but I don't think they have any desire to even spread off their utopian homeworld. Their disapproval means I will find difficulty and favors from them in the future, however. We're grateful that you would help us reach the stars. There are 6 political parties in the Andor parliamentarian system. Each party has its own agenda, and will only do deals related to its agenda. The deals thankfully overlap some between parties. Each party is a representative chosen from the members of the party who are currently a part of a 400-member body. Members change parties with surprising frequency. Periodically, there is an Andor election, which is actually a strange way of saying that a new ruling party is designated based on which party has the most members at the time. These robots may be nice, but there's something a bit wrong with their circuits. They will not accept bribes. So, we have all these that are blacked out, but because the peace brokers are the ruling party, I can only make deals related to peace. Or to peace. I can have them try to reduce the construction of warships on locations. I can have them send peacekeepers to help a positive order trend. Let me actually just read this. Why is it that peacekeepers is so often an ominous euphemism? But nonetheless, this is the Andors we are talking about, so it's probably okay. All planets belonging to the target race will immediately switch to a positive public order trend. And they'll like me a bit more. I could have them target basically anyone and force a new trend, and I could send warship engineers. You wouldn't think the Andors would be any good at making warships, but I guess everyone has to defend themselves. Anyway, if you want, they'll send some dudes over to that other planet to double their armada construction and improvement rates for a while. And it defaults to Acutians because it's in an alphabetical order. I have general agenda and speeches, so I can have them laud race, share texts with other race, or try to colonize a moon. But I actually want the trade union to be in power, because I kind of want to broker a peace. And while they're basically neutral with everyone, I'm fairly certain that a lot of people don't like the Andors. Well, no, the Boreans don't like the Andors for whatever reason. Not as bad as I would think. Why do you two hate each other? I don't get it. What have you done? And the Peltians like the Andors, so maybe I could try to get those two to like each other. Regardless, I'm gonna let this happen for a while. Anyway, let's go visit the Evoks. The Evok Elders. The Evoks are the ones who almost murdered your entire population, but they did it with science rather than the sword. They're an insular race that is rarely militarily supreme. Political dealings with them are iffy at best, but having them remain outside the Federation can be trouble. So, pick your poison, I guess. The Evok Council of Elders is a 7-member interplanetary body with membership that never changes unless one of the Elders dies. Given their extremely long life, this pretty much means assassination. Worse yet, the Evoks are extremely resilient to outside influence or even of a positive sort. With every political deal you make, you increase their resentment against your meddling. This in turn jacks up credit costs with them. As time passes, their resistance fades back to nothing. However, if a specific council member disposition is not to your liking, you can use bribes to change it. After the bribe rating on a member reaches 1,000, a new disposition is rolled at random for that member. Your communication puzzles us. You're a Hydral. We are the true destroyers of the Hydrals. That is known. And while they don't really hate me as much as they would normally, they don't really like me either. I'm not going to fire my diplomat. I tried getting a diplomat, but I am not interested in doing any trends with you. I'm more interested in why you just have no positive trend at all. And then the Burlusts, which we'll visit while they have such a massive negative modifier. Public order is awful, and it is trending down, meaning it could only get worse. The Burlusts are a mess. Like the Peltians, they don't respond to credit. Unlike the Peltians, this isn't due to innocence. The Burlusts respond only to threats, violence, and bribes, which you can turn into leverage against specific warlords. Just don't put all your stock in one warlord, as internal intrigues or wars can wind up getting your guy killed. Your credit is useless here. Burlusts only respond to bribes, blackmail, and duels. You can find bribe items by raiding pirate bases, and you can purchase blackmail goods from the spy probe Happy Evoks. But only if the Evoks sufficiently dislike the Burlusts, and like you. Both these kinds of items help you gain leverage over specific warlords. Each Burlust planet has a prime warlord and 2 secondaries that are vying for power. Occasionally, internal intrigues lead to accidents. The thing that matters against Burlusts ultimately is leverage. You can also gain this on specific warlords through the aforementioned ways. Hydral filth, how dare you approach after everything you have done to deny us a rightful place amongst the stars? And they don't like anybody. No, most of all me. Friendly actions, there are no pirate bases, and I can do things to try to help them, but I don't think they'll like me enough. Although I will try to I will steal vibroblades from them temporarily. Must be because there's nothing else really going on at the moment. Cutian wishes to defect with the Cutian technology. Cutians will hate me. This is RF-70, and I'm a legitimate scientist for a major corporation. This economic depression here is so bad, I just have to get out, come and pick me up, and I will bring you some of my work, as well as helping you on a project of your own choosing before we part ways. Okay, that's a very good benefit. I'll have to see I'll have to see what techs those are, and I have enough time to do that, so I'm going to wait a few months. So we'll learn the vibroblades tech. So here's my question. Tech progress. What do Cutians have that I don't? So Cutians have fiber optics. I have all this. I have this. I have this. I will get low drag casings, and I will get wireless communication. But they don't have anything else I'd be interested from. But I am saying the Cutians are basically my little nightmare-ish people. So I will begin the quest. In this mission, you need to dock with a ship. It tells you what kind right at the top of the screen. Go and find that ship and park next to it for a few turns, whether you are delivering something to it or extracting something from it. Your tractor beams will do their work, and then your job is done. The only catch is that you have to stay close to the target, so that tends to mean not moving much, and that in turn makes you vulnerable to enemies. chemical storage. If destroyed, huge explosion damages everything nearby, allies and enemies alike. Destroying allies will lose influence with them. If used in planetary orbit, it also causes chemical fallout that reduces the environment score by a ton. There's lots of emergency response things, commercial orbital shipyard, and I could drop their economy even lower. And now let's see, what can I find? Where is this science base that they demand that I go to? Hi, I'm just going to turn around. Like, I'm actually going to drop all weapons and basically go, haha, bye. You can auto-fire if you wish, but catch me if you bloody can. And I'll drop this down by a little bit, boost my weapons. Everything here should be weak to the minigun. Yes, and I will still go full speed, but I'll swap to minigun and have you auto-fire. Anything facing inward? Actually, I will pop in, continue the march, and then I will sit here and wait. Turn off engine speed, boost shields to max, and then just sit and wait and let the auto-fire commence. And one more turn, and I'm gone. Very quick little bit of a mission, eh? Actions and event notifications enabled. Even though you might not have known it, you've been flying a bit blind until now. The 8 races are all the time taking various actions, and periodic events are happening on planets and space installations throughout the solar system. A new sidebar on the right hand of the solar map will show you the major ones only, and the button below that lets you see everything. Each little icon on each row in the full notifications log is information on who did it, where it happened, if relevant, and what happened. Oh, by the way, those icons on the sidebar, they are color-coded by race so that you can tell at a glance which race icon it corresponds to. This is what the full notification event log looks like. You can click the text of any item to get a pop-up with the details about it. You can also click any icon in either of the 2 columns to the left to filter to certain kinds of notifications. For instance, this is the view you get. If you click the Thoraxian icon, we just see all the actions and events that are theirs. Or here's what you'll see if you click the Research Tech icon. That shows you all the techs that have been researched by any race. And on the last screen, here's what happens if you just click the Acutian icon. You can see the history of all the techs researched just by them. Pretty handy. But wait, there's one last bit. If you click on the planetary details on any planet or outpost on the main solar map, you can get the specific event logs just for that location as well. So I got wireless communications, low drag casings, they hate me slightly more, I gained a fair bit of credit, I destroyed no ships, and I have a temporarily contracted scientist, i.e. a scientist goon. So let's see. The Ark has been found. The Ark, an extremely powerful artifact, has been found on the Peltian homeworld. It grants them unusual strength, but will be destroyed if the planet ever changes hands. Finally, the Peltians are actually pretty good. I just need to get them to space. And the Mire's been found by the Thoraxians. Yes! Usually it's the opposite way around. The Ark's usually found by the Thoraxians, the Mire found by the Acutians. Not the Peltians, so it's not exactly the opposite, but it doesn't matter. Thank freaking goodness. I don't have to deal with them. And the Mire is the opposite of the Ark. And so the Thoraxians are actually really weak. Not like that really matters. And this is just clearing events. I don't feel like reading that one right now. Let's just see what happens. New quests. I mean, yeah, all's well and good. Let us pop down to the black market. Negotiate with the mercs, and I'm going to do my own personal bit of research. Is there something I really would like? Let's get some improved fabrication. Welding drones, speed multipliers for construction, improving this for races for the tech. At the end of every combat turn, each large and larger ship that did not take damage has its hull repaired by 2% of its max health strength. Also adds plus 0.01 to the auto-resolve power. I'm currently just going to wander around and just take a look. See if there's anything here that I could actually use. Basic subatomic weapons. This race gains plus 0.6 to its ship effectiveness modifier. This also affects armada strength, auto-resolve levels, and so on. In battle, player ships primarily gain hull strength from this, and enemy ships primarily gain weapon strength. Graviton theory, this also does the same thing. I will drop all of this into buying a few science goons first. And I'll buy a quantity of 20, burning all that credit. And then I will close out of this, negotiate with the mercs again, and let us do my own personal bit of research and get advanced subatomic theory in like no time at all to make myself a very, very good researcher. And I only have 3 months remaining to go through with all this. And with that, I gained advanced subatomic theory, and the 21 scientists leave. With this, I have my own very good skills in researching, and with that, uranium power has been used to boost their ground power by 2 times in all solar systems. The Raxians are painful. Or the Burlusts are painful, I should say. But thankfully, the Andors should be well protecting of most of the people here, so we've got a good balance of power set up. Now, back to the original mission. Ah yes, I'm going to go over here and try to help. Like, I will do a friendly act, and let's assist if I can aid the local economy. And this is basically me making money and influence. I say as it's apparently bugged and does nothing. So instead, I will work on improving the local environment. Aid local law enforcement. Never mind, I literally can't help the economy because the economy is bugged. I don't get why. But I'll improve the environment for them, make them a little bit more friendly. There isn't really a faster way to do this. Oh wait, there is a faster way to do this. That will get those people to hate me less and get the Boreans to like me a little bit more. So, what I'm going to do now is assist with Armada construction. This gains me more influence per month and gains me more credit. At the cost of not actually giving them a humongous boost in power. And the Heltians have researched the low drag casings I was talking about. But they really should be researching space tech. Now, I think I need about 60 to do the deal I was thinking of. So they've got 10 armadas with very low fleet power, which definitely sucks. But I will abort this mission. So, while their economy is, like, terrible, as is the Acutians, let's see if I can make a little bit of a pirate base. We'll do that in a moment. Foreign Regent, your current idea is defense. Instead, I would like you to... Never mind. This sucks. For me, because I still don't get how I can get trades to happen. Never mind, that doesn't exactly help here. I'm trying to figure out how to get these people to start trading with one another, because it'd be very helpful if I could get these two to, like each other and trade with one another. As that would start giving them an economic advantage. But actually what I can do is get them some cooperative development, potentially. Because they have a definite need of benefits of just protection. They're working on defenses. So maybe a bomb shelter. Yes, that's probably what they're gonna like. Because that's their current priority. Let's execute the deal and give them just a bomb shelter. The tech. And with that, I'm also going to go and visit the Andors just to get a good idea of what their ships can do. Let's help them destroy a current pirate base to make everyone hate us slightly less and some people to like us even more. And, like, endless combat, like, you can't deny, endless combat is definitely fun. Now, we gotta see, what does the current Hydral ship do? Special weapons facility, giving me the boost to all deployed ships. and I can't physically go any further in that general direction, which is not my problem. We will pop on over in this general location, swap to the minigun, or energy blaster, because that deals the most damage, and just have you auto-fire. And then I will do Operation Wolf. And then Operation Leech. And then maybe Cloaking Device. And while it foregoes my turn, I also now have the excellent opportunity to fire upon anything I wish. And this is definitely going to be one of the things I try to destroy, because screw these pirate bases. Hopefully I can hit these two bases simultaneously, while I'm trying to get rid of the artillery turrets that like to screw us over so often. Anyway, you can go back to destroying some of these bases. Anyway, the sheer amount of firepower should deal with most of these bases just fine. And wow, that was ridiculously quick. Alright, end combat. Graphing action totally activated and awesome. Oh yeah, I know you like them graphs. No? Really? It's just me? Well, I am a computer. Anyway, if you find you want to get an idea of trends over time for lots of stuff, then there are a few new buttons on your detailed Intel tab on the main solar map. More will also open up later. Let me show you a few quick examples of ways in which graphs can be useful. Check out this military graph showing the total power of all races. See how the Skylaxians overtake the Acutians? That's from techs, not outpacing them in ship production. You could verify that in the notifications log, Tech Progress Labs, or Racial Power Grid. There are lots of ways to figure out how things came to such a dire end. When the end comes. I have total faith in you. Bam! Check this one out. Population graphs of all sorts abound. There really are a lot. This one shows you total raw citizenry. Look how many freaking Acutians there are. By the way, these numbers are totally, for example, purposes only, and aren't from your specific situation. Thank goodness. Even with 112 billion citizens, the Acutians don't look like they stand a chance against the Skylaxians. Boom. Ground troop graphs. Looks like the Skylaxians and the Acutians are actually pretty evenly matched here. The Acutians have the ability to rapidly repurpose their citizens, so ground invasion from the Skylaxians wouldn't go well. Anyway, better bomb them from orbit. Seriously, I'm not just quoting that cliche. Actually go bomb them from orbit. If this was your situation, which it's not, but if you find yourself in a similar one, that's totally what you should do. Alright, last graph. I'm giddy from all these numbers and lines. Anyway, this shows smuggler populations. Too many smugglers of one race and they'll collapse into a smuggler empire, which isn't the best. Fortunately, there aren't many smugglers. Well, that was one of a few of the many graphs. Do you need to study them intensively? Of course not. Are they fun to look at? Depends on you, I guess. Are they useful for answering historical questions? Heck yeah! Nothing better. Although the Andors lost a lot of base power in the fighting. People like us slightly more. The Burlusts lost a pirate base, but that doesn't matter. Acutians just don't care about pirates. I used all these effects. All the pirates have died. They lost a base. We gained a lot of credit and voting proxies and the like. And people don't like us. People like us a little bit more, but that doesn't matter, for this is the end of the episode. Hope you've all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy20 with Let's Play The Last Federation, and I am signing off. If you all enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe, for it helps out a great deal, and I hope to see you all next time. Farewell.